Hello, everyone. Today we are going to be doing something a little different. We are going to be thinking of ideas for the next project, which is the Earth Day 2021 poster contest. Now, in this poster contest, it needs to be focused around Michigan. So, Michigan wildlife, Michigan landscape, Michigan lakes. Make sure you're just focusing on Michigan. It shouldn't be about any other state, any other country. So make sure you're aware of that when you start drawing. That being said, I've been saying a lot, but when you start drawing animals for Michigan, make sure they are native to Michigan, such as a kangaroo is not native to Michigan. It is native to Australia. It might be in a zoo, but we're talking about animals that are native to Michigan. So let's go into kind of a discussion about what can I draw? What should I draw for this project? What are some ideas that I could do for this assignment? So things that we're going to look at when we start brainstorming is how can we protect wildlife in Michigan? What kind of wildlife lives in Michigan? How does garbage and littering affect wildlife? This could also include pollution, or even negative effects such as, construction of buildings, losing space for animals. What can we do to limit these things such as garbage, waste, pollution from affecting wildlife? And how can you show this message for Earth Day through a poster? Now, we're not going to do a poster format. You're just going to have your piece of paper in front of you, and that's what you would draw on. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is a brainstorming session. Now, you don't have to do this. I just want you to get some ideas going. So if it helps you do a brainstorm session, I would say do it. It always kind of helps me gather some ideas. So I'm going to start off by putting wildlife in Michigan. I'm going to put a little box around it. Now, make sure you're focusing on Michigan and just in Michigan. So think about your surroundings. So the first thing that I think about in Michigan are the lakes. So we have 5 Great Lakes, and they spell out home. So you have Huron, Ontario, Michigan, Erie, and Superior. So what kind of things affect the Great Lakes? Garbage, waste. So waste could be toxic waste, it could be human waste. All those things affect. So how can we limit or try to reduce these things? Maybe garbage by recycling, or putting in correct bins, like garbage bins. Waste, we would have to think of alternate ways to do so. So maybe not, like they shouldn't be going back into the Great Lakes, but maybe we can have another way of making sure this is it, making sure there are different ways and more productive ways to do this. If you think about it, the Great Lakes also have fish. So fish and birds are negatively affected by garbage. So it's important for people to deal with garbage and make sure they're doing this in a responsible way. Another thing to focus on is to think about for your brainstorm is loss of habitat for your animals. And this could be done through construction, from people constructing buildings, new plots of land. We could be, as people trying to positively affect this, we could create more habitats for the animals. So this could be through planting seeds for trees. This could be having more, things accessible for different animals. Another thing is some animals are getting fed by humans. And what happens with that is people or animals become more independent off of humans. So instead of feeding the animals, we need to respect nature and respect the animals and not do this. You could do something about reduce, reuse, recycle. You could even put something about like community gardens and how important those are, not just for people, but for animals such as bees and insects and even birds. Bees, insects, and birds. It gives them for bees, they're able to pollinate, which is really important for us, not just for honey, but for the bee population. Other things that you can do, you can focus on pollution and how it affects people, but not people, the land, and animals. And how can we, fix this or try to positively affect these things, people, land, and animals. So these are just some ideas. I will be posting another brainstorm list to also give you some ideas. Now for your assignment, you can add things in words. So you could write Earth Day 2020. You could, 2021. You can make this into cartoons. You can add people. You can add words. Just make sure that it's Michigan based. So keep it Michigan based. You can write in Michigan. You could talk about anything about Michigan. But for example, one thing that was kind of funny or an idea that I thought was really cool is maybe having mascots from different teams, like the Tigers and the Lions, be reducing, reusing, and recycling. That'd be kind of cool. So try to think about Michigan and what's important to Michigan, wildlife, and other things.